Good morning, America. This is Dr. Cherry from the Arizona. I hope you like my new hairstyle. Of course, I need to shave a little bit and color my hair so I won't look 73. It's all in the mind. All right, so if you're new to my channel, this is my public statement. I'm the first cosmic cop teaching humanity to understand and respect God's cosmic design. So as usual, we have a very, very interesting newsletter today and video. So what I'm going to do, like always, I'm going to bring this to you so you can read basically with me. The title is "A Family Races to Raise Funds to Save a Toddler Who Suffers from a Gift from God." Again, that might be a little bit, like me, special, original, far-fetched, ridiculous to some, especially if you are a doctor. But please pay attention. Just pay attention, and then we go from there. Okay. Good news first. That's it. It's confirmed. I'm definitely going to be with Frank on this Frank Moreno show, The Other Side of Midnight, and that's going to be on March 22nd to 12:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time in Arizona. So I'm gonna do some mini readings, proof to some of the skeptics that astrology does work, and then maybe talk about UFOs and predictions, oh God knows what. So mark your calendar. Hey guys, now the true title of this news today is "A Family Races to Raise Funds to Save a Toddler Who Suffers from Disorder That Turns Babies into a Human Time Bomb." All right, now you want to know about the rational, physical, medical explanation? Click on the link and read what happened to this kid, because this is what happened to me. All right, now the 3-year-old Henry suffers from alternating hemiplegia of childhood, or AHC, which is a rare neurological disorder whose patients are referred to as human time bomb. Well, pretty much in my case, it's like a 3-year-old driving a Lamborghini. Okay, that is objectively to make you aware of the tremendous power that this kid and I were born with, and we are definitely a rarity. Okay, now these were the exact symptoms I experienced myself when I was 3 years old back in 1953, a long time ago. And understandably, I scared the hell out of my mom. Okay. But again, over the years, challenging religion and the scientific community never took me anywhere. And I don't think this newsletter will also take me anywhere. But I hope that a young mother who might have a kid that is turbocharged like me or Henry, do not turn this kid into a zombie. Let me explain to you why it's important. There is no real treatment for Henry or anything that would cure AHC, ADD, or ADHD. The only thing that's available is harmful medication. And because someone like me, okay, who went through such experience, can explain what happened. Now, awakening people or changing the system is impossible, okay? Especially when the system is very well organized, very wealthy, and all those pharmaceutical corporations, including religion, own all sorts of information and all the media. So if I was on CNN or on national TV talking to you about my experiences, obviously, I can afford it. I can afford, but I don't know, $200,000 for a few seconds. I can afford it. Okay, so that may change the reality of what's really going on out there. But as you know, I am a nobody. Okay, I only have you to share my wisdom. All right, so let's get going here. It is not a good idea, of course, to think I don't like science, I don't like doctors, and so forth. Okay, you can't throw the baby with the water. It says the critical values of today medical science's formidable accomplishment and all these beautiful medication do save countless lives. That's the fact. Cannot deny that. Without medication, people would die. Without those doctors, since I'm a recovering cancer patient, okay, I would be dead. And without those doctors, getting my spine fixed would be an impossibility. So what is my problem here? Okay, my problem is very simple. That the medical experts are not cosmic conscious and assume astrology is a pseudoscience, and the medical aspect of the old science is total nonsense. Now, those doctors can only use their 5 limited rational human sense diagnosing mental and physical disease. The problem is their educated pride, and it's not working in our favor or the one of your kids. And as a soul doctor, and by God's higher cosmic order, this is why I was born to explain and teach. Oh, let's keep going. If the natal UCI, unique celestial identity, is Mercurial or Gemini, a child born like Henry or me, and countless of others for that matter, will have a fast metabolism. Okay. And that means that Henry will not be able to stay quiet or still very long, and will be diagnosed by our infantile science as ASC, ADD, ADHD, and so forth. Now, in my times, when I was born in the 50s, we didn't have all those nefarious drugs and fancy words that are being made every single day to sell more drugs, okay? Only electric shocks were available during my days. So not only my mother, but also my teachers could not control me because I could not help getting rid of my extreme nervous cosmic overload. Think of a 15-year-old driving a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. That's what you're dealing with. Now, not a single physical punishment induced daily, okay, on myself works. And none of my abusive teachers then were smart enough to realize a God-given gift was actually perceived by those idiots as a curse. That is the problem. Those who were educating me were morons. Okay, now, my bleeding fingers were busted open with a metal ruler. Okay, when I was bad, they used to take me in front of the class and put your fingers like this, Louis, and bing, 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 until, my nails go black and bleed. And I couldn't write. I couldn't do anything with my hands. This is what happened during those days, okay? Okay, so not only this, but also they made me knees on a metal ruler. Okay, and that really, really hurt me because I couldn't move it. My joint was so painful. How many times they smacked my face, I can't recall. And sometimes I used to go in right at the bottom where the schoolmaster was. He locked his curtain and smacked the hell out of me and knocking me out, unconscious. Now, it is important also to realize that in the middle of the winter, they used to put me between 2 trees in the snow, and everybody had the jacket in their classes, okay, wearing theirs. Like me, I didn't have my jacket. My jacket was in the class, okay? So it's just incredible what happened to me, okay? And to avoid so much pain from my abuser, I used to run away from school, okay? And then run away, okay? But I never let my parents know about what I was doing because I was afraid of being reprimanded again at home. It's a nightmare that I went through. And because of those experiences, I can explain what happened to Henry. Now, my book, Beyond the Secret, was probably the most difficult books I had to write because I was forced to revive those very old, disturbing, and very painful memories. I used to cry quite a lot writing this book, okay? But it has also helped me to heal and to offer young mothers or curious people wondering about their Martian, Mercurian, aggressive, turbocharged kids to understand them. Okay, now remember, okay. Traditionally educated neuroscientists, psychologists, psychiatrists ridicule the divine and have so much to learn from Hippocrates. Okay, he is the father of medicine, and of course, you can learn from my cosmic teaching. This is what he said. I did not say that. The father of medicine said that. Read it for yourself. A physician without a knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician. I mean, you're talking about the father of medicine. But no, that was then. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. Okay. Now, my mom refused all doctors and all my teachers' advice to fry my brain because, as I said, we only had electrical shock during those days available to us. They're trying to slow me down since I also suffered seizure. And then my mother says, no, 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 no. I am not going to do anything to turn my son into a zombie. I'm going to let it burn his extra nervous fuel naturally. So even with my mom asking, a sister or a friend next door to take care of me because she had to do something, they categorically refuse, because you were going against my will. I was going completely insane. I could not control the power that was inside of me. The tantrum was incredible, and you passed out. Okay. All right, so there's no difference between what Henry is going through and what I'm going through, but the scientific community is adding all sorts of things because they want your money, remember, and they want to also make more medication. Okay, now a child with a much slower UCI, okay, this child will be naturally prone to get obese because he doesn't burn the food as much as I did. Okay, he doesn't have this duality, this extreme fast metabolism that help him to regenerate his atomic structure. Oh, why at 73 I still look younger? I don't look my age. Okay, so these kids has a slow metabolism. They have no problem to being still, stay still all day and listen to the teacher. Okay, now other kids like me, okay, these are the ones are gifted by God to experience an unusual fate. Okay, and they are turned into zombies in the name of science or your stupid doctor. No, 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 it doesn't work that way. Now, to do so, the universe is loading us with a constant flow of mental and physical energy that allow us, Henry, and so many kids like me, okay, to take on incredible challenge and taking chances not other normal kids or human being could or would do. Doing what I did in my life, I was pushed by a turbocharged energy all my life to do things. Couldn't control myself mentally and physically. At 73, I'm still writing every day. Okay, and believe me, all my cognitive power are working very well. Okay, only when I challenge the universe, when I channel, sometimes I forget, names of places or things like that. But as soon as I become normal, I'm totally normal. Okay, so you got my course. If you're curious, that's up to you. Read all that and enjoy it and join my student. Now, God made me this way because he did not want me to regurgitate the codification of thought at school or a church, or accept blindly the words of what religion and science teaches and have accepted a solid discipline. Instead, God made me impossible to sit. He made me so nervous, mentally and physically, loading me with so much energy that I'm like a bomb, like Henry. Okay, so I can't still sit for long or listen to my teacher. Thus, I had to learn, all about life the hard way. Call it hand-on experience, okay? Including the reality of UFO and the true value of the old science of astrology. Remember, I never took an English lessons, never learning English at school traditionally. And I got fired from those institutions when I was only 14 years old. Okay, I was born a rebel, strong, impatient, combative, even aggressive. Years later, I taught doctors from all walks of life and who is who in America. And I also managed to control that power and focus it and crystallize it into books that are published on Amazon. On my own star ride, as imposed by the Creator himself, I am a true messenger of the gods. I'm not the only one that way. Yet, I am misunderstood by so many who fear God and the divine. Now, Einstein was also ADD. Again, common sense dictates this is not a disease, but a true mark of a genius. Now, in the 50s, again, we did not have all those nefarious drugs and fancy medical words. Remember, only electrical shocks. My mom refused all doctors' advice to fry my brain since I could not sit 1 minute. And I do suffered seizure. But luckily for me, my mom was a Scorpio, and this sign is not stupid and very spiritual. Again, she let me burn my extra nervous, mental, and physical fuel naturally. And I guess I turned out pretty good in the process, didn't I takes guts to go with nothing to England and then come to America with nothing and build my business, put it this way. A child born with a much slower UCI, again, some kids that are obese don't have much problem listening. Okay, now, all I'm trying to tell you is since the future is nothing else than the reincarnation of the thought, okay? My thought, my attitude, all my weirdness is what took me to attract, literally, those incredible experiences. My mental process was not satisfied by what traditional books were giving me. I had to go outside of the box on my own. And I get to learn all these things and pass it on to you as a soul doctor. You see my dilemma. You understand where I'm coming from. I hope you do. And again, that's one of the reasons why you're still here listening to me and enjoying my teaching. The idea now is to remember, you may be visual, not audible, especially with my French accent. So it's very, very important for you to go to that newsletter and read it on your own time and digest all this information. And instead of letting the educated expert telling you what they feel is right, maybe you should listen to the message from the above and listen to your intuition. That's where we are now. I just wanted to let you know, we are still in this negative scorpionic deadly windows. If you look at the video before this one, or the one before this one, explaining all the news that transpire, very dramatic, deadly news, by the way, you will realize that there is something in the cosmic code jurisdiction that my UCI allow me to discover. And like Tesla says, there is a core in the universe that has all the answers. He doesn't know what it is, he said, he wrote, but he knows that it exists. And that's what I discovered. All right. One more time, thank you very much for listening to me today. God bless all of you. Be careful out there. We talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.